So it doesn't make any difference what age or phase you are in your life. There's none of us that come through this unscathed. It doesn't make any difference whether it was your childhood, school, religion, establishment, family, friends, media, social partners, bosses, losses, addictions, illnesses. We are all impacted, okay? That brings us to different points in our life. Like, can you even count how many times you hit that wall that you felt like, this is impossible. I don't know how I'm gonna get through this. I don't see another side to this, and yet, here we are. I know, it's crazy. But we are carrying around a lot of times, because we do come unscathed out of this, is some pain and some issues. Even if it's at a cellular memory issue or a level, we have things that are playing out, whether we're aware of them or unaware of them. And whether it is anxiety or stress or insecurities or frustrations or anger, it's all fear-based. It's all fear-based. And fear, unequivocally, without question, is a waste of your energy. It just eats it up. That's what I said, right? Great lead in. So, understand the why. We are kind of taught to be dependent on a system that's flawed. It's man-made, it's man-created. And this is what we turn to for direction, or for answers, for validation, safety, protection. It's not where it's at. That's not where our happiness and our joy and our peace is going to come from. That is why that inner work, that inner significant work is so important, to connect with the divine, to know our divinity, to know who we really are, and to live that way from that place of understanding and knowing who and what God is. And it's about us rewriting and reprogramming the conditioning. So it's a choice. It's like driving a car. Do you really want to be a passenger your whole life where you don't know where you're going or when you're getting there, or be able to make decisions on where you turn and stuff like that? Or do you want it to be a hands-on and grab the wheel, and you are the one that is in charge of your life and your vibration and your choices and your decisions? Because life is not happening to you, it's happening through you. The question is, how do you deal with it? How do you face it? How do you show up for yourself? What are your needs? And do you make the effort to meet them? Do you prioritize yourself? Can you forgive yourself? Can you give yourself compassion, spend quality time with yourself? And most importantly, strive and commit to feeling good. It's a no-brainer, right? Of course, we all want to feel good. But are we doing it? And why not? The last time I talked, I mentioned that a lot of times when things repeat and they keep happening, that's where our nervous system fires. And even when things are uncomfortable and even miserable, because they're familiar to us, we kind of stick ourselves and replay some of the same kinds of things. Now, you guys remember last week when I was doing the platform and I mentioned the elevator situation where there was this couple, I'm standing there, and this couple rushed the elevator, and they did it so that they could hold the doors for this lady that was wobbling on a walker. So we get in, they get off the first stop, and I said to the lady, I said, that was really nice of them to hold the door for you. Her response was, but I was there first. And no judgments, because I don't know the whole situation and what her story is, but isn't that an interesting takeaway? That's what she felt. And see, this is what happens, because sometimes when things get happening and going on in our lives, we think we're wronged. We allow ourselves to slip into the victim mode. Okay? Be honest with yourself. When you take every step of your life each day, Are you thinking things are impossible? Are you waiting for the shoe to drop, the next thing to happen? Or are you thinking that this is open and you're looking for possibility? Check that with yourself. Deepak Chopra, I think he challenges us. He says that every time you are tempted to react in the same old way, ask yourself, do you want to be a prisoner of the past or a pioneer to the future? And keep yourself in check. And the attitude that we move with this is a big part of it, because problems happen, but when they come, do we jump on it as a way to complain or something to complain about? Or do we look at it as an opportunity to be grateful? Now please understand, we all gotta vent, we all gotta share, we all gotta have those phone calls with our girlfriends, or however you dudes do it too, you know. But we gotta have those conversations, okay? But make sure that you're balancing it with the positivity and the gratitude that it is an opportunity no matter what it is, okay? And the thing that's important is to realize, how do I talk to myself? How do the people around me talk to me? And what kind of talk do I surround myself with? Let me give you some examples. Because as we talked about, there's a lot going on in the world. I used to have, notice I said used to have, a person in my life that their favorite statement, I don't care what was going on, the world was going to hell in a handbasket. Social Security, insurance, this, that, the weather, everything. I'm like, okay, we're doomed. Nothing's going to change. No one's going to do anything. This is the way it's going to be. If you hear anything, hear this. When you interact with yourself and other people and surround yourself in this, what you're actually doing is you're putting your energy into that outcome. Did you pick that up? Is that what you want your energy going to? Is that we're doomed? The narrative in our head, the headlines in our head, is exactly what you will experience. Because if that's what you're thinking, you're creating.
Those are headlines.
They are. They're headlines. Thank you. So, if you really want a better world, start right here, right now. Check your mindset. Check your vibration and your energy. That's how you make this a better world. Because it's up to you. Do you fall into the mass panic? Or do you rise above it and be the sovereign, powerful being that you are? That you decide, you make choices, you own your life, your choices, your decisions, your health, your vibration, your direction, it's yours. Put your hands on that wheel and you drive your car. Now, we gotta be realistic. This is not always easy. Sometimes letting go emotionally and mentally to things. But understand, it's all possible. Because when we shift our energy and our thoughts off of that negativity and all the stuff that's going on, we can then free up that energy and put it into our relationship with God, to your source, to your own divinity, to you. And when you do that, that's where you're going to feel stronger, clearer, more peaceful. And I tell you what, the one thing that I refuse to ever do is underestimate God and how in ways we don't understand is operating through all of it. So how many of us have heard, you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Or something like that, right? I can't do that, I'm too old, or I've done it this way for so long, and whatever it is, doesn't make any difference. Well, I want you to know, the nerdy little scientist in me is going to share with you how it's possible. Everything is possible, and I don't care how old or how young you are. It's a term called neuroplasticity, okay? I see people know what I'm talking about, good. So let me read the definition for make sure. The ability of the brain to continuously change over a course of time. Plasticity allows neural networks in the brain to change through growth and reorganization. To recognize and rewire things allows you to function in a way that was different than the way that you prior reacted in other states. You do this process by learning new things, going new places, meeting new people, exposing yourself to new environments, new things, whatever it is, to recover from any sort of trauma. It allows you to adapt to sensory and cognitive deficits. Got it? This is within your power. This is what we talk about when we talk about rewiring your nervous system. Now, I do not want you to jump into, as much as we all wish we could just wipe out our trauma from childhood or whatever relationships or things that we're carrying around. I just want you to have fun and start something simple. Because really, to shake your brain out, now let me reinforce one more thing, is like, when your nervous system fires in a certain way, anything that is similar to it continues to fire in that same place. So if you just start to disrupt the flow a little bit, it's amazing how things will rewire themselves. So this is your call to action, I think, and that was the one that said that last week, is to brush your teeth with the opposite hand. Do it. Change your routine up. Hold things differently, do things differently, get dressed differently, shower differently. Do you know how routine everything is? It's so funny. I've been trying this. It's pretty wild. And it just I don't know, I can't tell you, there's this weird refreshment to it that is a little, and if you can laugh and have fun with it, because sometimes it's awkward, you know, because you're not used to it. Park in a different spot. Be honest with yourself. You go to the store, you park in the same zone every time, don't you? Same side of the store, whatever. Park on the other side. Just remember somebody to come out. Okay. Take note. Go through the store differently. But make a list so you don't forget your stuff. You know, drive someplace different. The other day I had a choice. I could have gone the highway or the back road. I took a nice little back road run to the same place. There's tons of places to go, ways to go to every place you go. Try something different. Rewire yourself. Because when you start shaking this up, believe it or not, it will actually get to the deeper stuff too. And we don't have to have the traumatic release and let go if we've already kind of started our nervous system into that neuroplasticity. Okay? All right. Next, some things that we can do. Some more things that we can do. Anybody in the room intuitive? Every single hand better go up in this room. Everybody is intuitive in some shape or form. And if you've exercised it like you could and need to, it becomes a more better practice and a muscle that you can actually use. And it's about trusting yourself. When you walk into a place or meet somebody or whatever it is and something feels off, trust it. What you would normally do? Doubt yourself. What did I think? What's wrong with me? And it's like, no, trust yourself. And you know, just be aware of it, assess it, and then as things unfold, decide whether it's something you need to do something about or not. Okay? But we are picking up. All of our senses, including the 6th, 7th, and 8th ones, are picking up all the time. Trust them. Believe in yourself. Okay, I got a chicken story. So chickens are short, for all of you that don't know, I raise chickens for eggs to sell and eat. But chickens are short-lived animals and they have an even shorter egg laying span. But I let mine age out because I'm appreciative of their service. So I'm always bringing in a new little batch of chickens every few years. So it was time, I got some new chickens, and I integrated them like I always do at night. I always laugh because I think, do they wake up in the morning and go, were you here last night? Whatever, let's go. And it usually keeps things pretty copacetic and peaceful. Well, in this particular batch, I have got a bully like you would not believe, because there's a natural little peck here and there. This one, she targets them, she goes after them, she pecks them and doesn't stop. She gets on top of them and rips feathers. I am like, and I had one that was like totally prone, totally submissive, and I'm like, are you gonna stop? I swooped her up, Took her into the garage, set her up in a dog kennel in there with some food and water. Go back out, because I'm like, you're not doing this. And I go down to the coop, sit down to my chair next to my coop. I'm revealing a lot about myself here. Anyway, sit in my little chair next to my coop. I'm astounded. All the jittery, all the skittish. It's so peaceful. It was so calm. All of them were getting along. Nobody was really even doing little corrective pecking. You know what I came away from that from? People, negative energy is real. And the impact of it, she better hope she resets herself. Because dinner, I heard it. Y'all think I'm joking, but. Okay, so take this knowledge and assess people, places, and things in our lives. Okay? Joe Dispenza talks about this, and he talks about the effect of stress. Okay, and stress actually activates and anger and hatred and violence and judgment and hostility, competition, control, fear, anxiety. Some things I don't think we think about: envy, hopelessness, powerlessness, shame. And what's weird about this is that people have started to call these normal states, but they're not. They're altered human states. This is not how we're meant to operate from. And the interesting thing, and this is what you have to know about this, is that if you're being subjected to these things, guess what most people do? They take the same thing and send it back and put it out. They respond in a mirror way. So be aware. Ask yourself honestly, am I somebody that is putting this out there? And am I getting it somewhere that maybe I need to reassess? Really give that a good look at. And it's about teaching our body. It's about teaching our body on all levels. We talked about some physical things to do. Let's talk about some chemical things to do. We want happy hormones, right? How do we get happy hormones? Dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, endorphins. It's not hard. You don't have to go to the doctor. Take a walk. I'm not talking a marathon. Move. Get your body moving, doing something. Listen to music, nice, peaceful music. Man, I'm getting all this stuff that's like the sound vibration that's supposed to heal. I love that stuff. Listen to stuff that makes you feel good, that has a healing impact. Good rest. And I'm not just talking the hours of sleep you need at night. I'm talking about a power nap. Maybe even longer if that's what you need. You know, sitting down with a cup of tea and just giving some silent time to your soul. Okay? Sunshine. I don't care if it's when you go get your mail or you're walking from your car to someplace else. Stop for just a minute. Feel the sun on your skin and the warmth and be grateful. And then go outside where it's cold. But enjoy the sun. Have your moment of gratitude. Gotta laugh. Meditation. This is huge. And I tell you what, the more I listen and talk to us, I think I'm going to have to do a whole sermon on meditation someday, seriously. But meditating, taking that special time, giving yourself that connection and that moment to yourself, that quality time. Fix something nice to eat that you feel good eating. And then sit at the table, maybe with placemat, make it special, napkin on your lap, because you deserve it. How many of us eat in front of the TV on the couch? I'm guilty. Hugs. Why do you think we come away from MSC feeling so good? We are the best hugging people there is. Releases that oxytocin. Come on, man. Yes. Get it where you can. The hugs are great. Animals. If you have pets or somebody have pets, they're wonderful. And I'm not talking about tree huggers, but trees are massive energy makers. Touch them. Hug them. Spend time with them. There's massive ion exchange during that time. This is real. This is the way you get your happy hormones activated. Watch a comedy, put on some essential oils, exercise, chocolate. Chocolate's medicinal. Don't care what anybody says, right? I got an amen on that, thank you. If you don't do chocolate, find your thing. I don't know what to tell you, sorry. Do small tasks. If you're feeling down, might not be the time to declutter every closet, unload the dishwasher. Something that'll get you moving and it will lift you. These little tasks around the house. It makes a difference. Okay, you guys got the point. Write things out when you really are dealing with something and grappling with something. To have a thought and the words and the pictures in your mind and have it come down and out your hand where it's there, real, that is a great release. Typing is still better than nothing, but writing stuff down really helps. Let it release. Guard your energy. There are places I will not go without my little bubble. Okay? Positivity can come, but I don't want the negativity. Certain places and people, stores, one in particular. But I'm going to say it. Every time. I got to make sure I put my bubble on. Because it drains you. It drains you. Protect your energy. Okay, so be realistic. There's going to be good and bad. Always will be. But nothing is forever. Everything is temporary. So if you're having a good time, wallow in it. Enjoy it. Receive it. If it's a tough time or a bad time, keep reminding yourself nothing lasts forever. This too shall pass. Better days are coming. Everything is possible. Do not hide behind happy people have something you don't. They weren't born that way. They're not lucky. They choose to be happy. They choose to use these tools and look at things differently and pass or move forward in a certain attitude. Okay, in closing, this is really about mastering your energy, guys. This is about how you allow yourself to give and take, receive and give. Now, we all really would like to have the dream that life is manageable and predictable. Joke. Biggest one. Biggest illusion, laugh. Because it's not. Nothing about it is. And if you think it is, it's going to change right away. So life is like an ocean. Think of it as an ocean. It's a constant ebb and flow of waves. Big ones, small ones, sometimes destructive, sometimes very peaceful, sometimes very calming. But ultimately, we don't really have a lot of control over much of it. So what can we do? Learn to surf. Learn to surf. And I don't mean figuratively, because I'm not getting out there. Or literally. I mean figuratively, not literally. Yeah. You won't see me on a surfboard. Anyway, because we are a spiritual being that really wanted to be human. We wanted this opportunity. We volunteered. We asked. We got in line. You know why? Because we wanted this body. We wanted to feel. We wanted to live this life. We wanted to experience it in no other way that it can be experienced. We are here for the ride. And that includes heartbreaks and depression and loss and tragedy. But ride the wave, because if you freeze up, you try to control it, or you lock down, that's when those waves are going to beat you up the most. That's when you're going to get bashed by the waves. But if you can learn to go with the flow, relax, surf it, because life's not meant to be survived. That's when you feel like things are impossible. Life is when you rewire, working on that feel good. That's when everything is possible.